Hi, welcome to Wiki Techie and Casual Frog. This is Venkat here. Today I'm going to talk about the great topic that is your networking. So networking is nothing but the interconnection of computers to transfer the data for communication among the computers. You need the concept of networking. I'd given a brief video on networking in my previous videos in my channel. Just check it out. And now I'm going to talk about further on the network interview questions. Okay, so networking, it is one of the, there are a lot of frequent interview questions they will ask in the interview. So we are going to talk about in detail about each and every interview question. Are you ready? So this is from Cashew Infotech company. Our company Cashew Infotech, we are providing internships and courses. Internship in the sense what is internship? You may ask me a question. So internship is nothing but just go to your company, learn the technology, build your profile, create some experience from that via that you can go for job. That is called internship. And we are conducting courses also via online and also offline. You can contact me at any time for any kind of help. And for contact numbers, here is the contact number and here is my WhatsApp numbers to contact. If you want to talk to me, yes, you can talk to me via my Insta account. This is my Insta account. Click this follow button. You can contact me at any time. I'm ready to help you people. Okay. So note to the companies and recruiters. I request the company people, if you're looking into this video, please share your job description to us and we will send the best candidates to you without any cost and we'll accept any kind of conditions provided by you. And apart from the two, my subscribers and students, if you are looking for a career break, technology change, degree non-completer, non-IT, any kind of people, please contact me, treat me as a brother. I'm ready to guide you people. Okay, it's time for me to go on the session, networking interview questions and answers. So what is the thing we are going to discuss? So it is my previous, these are some of my previous videos in my channel. Just go and check that one. You will get lot of ideas about networking and basic concepts of technology. Okay. Yes. First thing we are going to talk about the LAN, local area network. Local area network is nothing but interconnection of computers to create a small network, man. So here is the one. It's an interconnection of computers. So I got multiple computers and the data is communicated between among the nodes. This is how a computer network can be formed. Okay, and this can be achieved with a device called a switch. This is a switch. Switch is a network layer. It's a networking device used for communication purpose. If you talk about the data, so over here, as I told you, the data is communicated among the computers like this. Okay, via the switch. So to the particular person or to everyone, that can be done via the device called switch. Okay, so if we talk about multiple LANs, sir, I got multiple LANs, sir. So local area network, sir, is it possible to connect it? Yes, this can be achieved. So you got your LAN and you got your LAN over here and you got your LAN over here. That's awesome. And these are interconnected via the router device and the communication among the LANs is happening like this. So this is how the communication is happening. Okay, so over here and this particular layer, they call it as a physical layer. And over here, this layer, they call it as data link layer. And over here, they call it as network layers. And if you talk about how the data is communicated, sir, over here, the data is in the format of bits, converted into frames, and it is converted into packets. And once again, frames, and once again, bits over here. This is how the data communication is happening between the devices. Okay, the communication is happening. Over here, as I told you, here is the LAN environment I'm trying to show you. Okay, you got your LAN environment here. The communication is happening like this. Sir, if the connectivity is not here, sir, the connectivity is not here, automatic data will be communicated via the available networks. This can be done with this router. Router is a very powerful, brilliant device. Yes. Now let's talk about the types of communications. What kind of communication is happening between the computers? So that is the one we are going to see now. Over here, as I told you, so this is a unicast. To a specific person, I want to send a data. To multiple people, I want to send a data, and broadcast in the sense like to sending to everyone. So this is how the communication is happening. Okay, so hope you got an idea like a unicast, and the next one is multicast, and you got your broadcasting. Okay, this is how the data is communicated among the devices or among the computers. Yes, let's talk about what is an IP address. You may ask me, what is an IP address, sir? What is an IP address? So IP address is nothing but you got a device router. As I told you, the computers are connected to a switch and to a router, or directly it can be connected to a router. And this router is connected to the internet service provider. So I got my Airtel or I got my Vodafone. So I got my internet. Those internet service provider will allocate an IP address to you. And internally you will be having multiple IP address in your home. Okay, so one IP address to your home and multiple IP address. This is called a private IP address and this one they call it as public IP address. So IP address is nothing but it's a combination of four numbers. That's why it is called as IPv4. So IPv4. So this is a binary equivalent of your IP address. You got four numbers available. This is how the four numbers. So the total number of bits is 32 bits. You got 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. You got 32-bit IP address. And this 32-bit IP address is used to identify you in a network. Okay, and that's why it is called as logical address. And there is another guy called a MAC address, that is called as physical address. So logical, if I connect to an internet, I got an IP address. Okay, so if like I got my network interface card to connect to internet, that is called as MAC address. So your computer will be having two kind of things. The one is the logical address, the other one is physical address. Over here, as I told you, you got the IP address, it's a 32-bit address. Whereas your MAC address, it's a 48-bit address, that is your network interface card. So this is called as a logical address and this one they called as physical address. Okay, so IP address and MAC address. So MAC address will be a combination of 48-bit unique identification number with the 24-bit indicating the manufacturer and 24-bit it is indicating the customer. Okay, via this one a customer can be identified. It is placed, so nowadays we got a onboard network interface card. So in the motherboard itself, this number will be placed and it is noted down. And apart from that, you may ask me simply, what is the MAC address, sir? It is very simple, an IMEI number in your mobile. Okay, let's move on to the actual interview questions now. Okay, let's move on to the interview questions. So for interview link, what you can do is just go to this particular link. So over here, I'll put this link in the description and the first comment. So kashivinfrared.com/CCNA training in Chennai. Okay, just go to this link. Just go to this link over here. Over here, you just scroll down. You are able to see lots and lots of content over here. Okay, so more questions on CCNA interview questions. You are able to see lots and lots of interview questions over here. You can see all this content and we'll move on to a particular topic to see a lot of interview questions now. Over here, I'm going to my wikidigi.com/interview questions over here. This is the link. So I'm clicking my first link. I'll go to this path. So these are the questions we are going to discuss now. The one is what is a blacklist? Blacklist is nothing but blocking a particular IP address. If a particular computer should not reach me because you got a banking service, so that banking service I want to restrict from different IP address. Only specific people can access, so I can blacklist the other people. So that is called as blacklisting. Over here, blacklisting involves blocking access to suspicious or malicious entities. The default is to allow access. Okay, so blacklisting is threat centric. Okay, so it's able to we are able to identify where is the threat and focus it and stop it. That is called as blacklisting. So I gave all the definitions, everything here. Just go and watch it. You are able to see it here. So the network device or the server will have a lookup table. IP address, whether blocked or not. IP address, whether blocked or not. IP address, whether blocked or not. So based on that, the network will be accessed. That is called as blacklisting. Okay, you are able to see clients are here. These are the computers available, and this is my a network table. This is called lookup table, and checking out to access. So whether this guy can access or not. So you are able to, so 5.6.7.8 is blacklisted. No, you can't access. That is a policy creator. Okay, this is called as blacklisting. Next we will talk about the TCPIP reference model. Sir, the data is communicated from one place to another place. The data is moving. So it is based on a logic. That logic is called as protocol. Protocol is a program or a sequence of instructions which will take out transferring the data from source to destination. Okay, so for that we need a template. The template is created with the OSI model, Open System Interconnect model. So OSI model is there. From there you are able to create the protocols. The template is there. From there you got a real-time example, that is called protocol. So among the protocols we got a TCP/IP reference model. So that is the one we are going to see it here. So this is your 7-layer protocols: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport, session, presentation, application. These are the 7-layer protocols. Okay, that is called as OSI model. Among that you are able to see it here. These 3 layers are merged. In this OSI model, these 3 layers are merged, your TCP is created. The transport is there, the network is there. These 2 layers are merged to form your network interface. So this is your TCP/IP model. Okay, and I given all the details and everything for TCP/IP. Go and check it out and learn it. Okay, the next question we are going to discuss about is what is switching. Switching is nothing but connecting your multiple computers with your computers, with your devices. So the device is called as switch. So using the switch you are able to connect multiple computers, and the switching is a concept like so how you are trying to connect to the another network. So in which way you are going to connect to the another network, that is called as switching. So you are able to see the switching is nothing but A wants to connect B, then the switching is done here. You are able to see A want to connect B, the switching is done here. A wants to connect C, the switching is done here. Okay, and varieties of switching types are there: circuit switching, packet switching, and your message switching is here. You are able to see the message switching here. Okay, this is how your switching concepts works. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. What is routing? Sir, using switches you are able to connect your network, and using routers if you are connecting multiple networks or different networks and redirecting the request to different networks. Same networks, that is switching. Different networks, that is your routing. Now we'll talk about the routing concept. Here is a routing concept. I want to send a data to the destination over here. So from here route it, from here route it, go here and give the data. Okay, this is how the routing. So redirecting the data using router is called as routing. You got a static, dynamic, and default routing. What is static routing? Constant, we got the constant path. We can't change. Dynamic, based on the shortest path I can do it. Default is the static one. You got the static routing, you got the default routing, you got the default routing, and you got the dynamic routing. So from here you can have this path or this path or this path. Which one is feasible? Just go ahead. Okay, this is called as routing mechanism. So I've given all the details over here. Just go and check it out. What is an optical network? So communications happening via the light, that is called as via the optical fibers. So if the communication is happening via the optical fibers, then it will become an optical network. So here is the types of optical networks available. So passive optical networks, active, synchronous, and star networking. So these are the types of optical networking. Straightforward answer. So if the networking is done with fiber optic cables, so the fiber optic cables are communications happening via the light, the transfer of light. The data is transferred in the format of light. That is called as optical networks. What is authorization? Giving an access, giving permission to do something that is called as authorization. So what is an authorization? So you got two differences there. One is authentication, the other one is authorization. Authentication in the sense like I'm giving a permission to access. I'm giving you got a username password. Yes, I'll check it out whether your username password is correct. I'll make it a login. That is called authentication. Whether you can access or not, that is our authorization. Valid user, access it, authentication. Valid user and permitted user, access it, that is called authorization. So I give the definitions and details over here, just go and check it out. Okay, and the next question we are going to talk about the port and port number. See, like I want to give money to you. This is a hand, via this one I'm trying to give money to you. So this is called a port. A computer via something, via a part, you are trying to give the data to the external people. That part is called port, and it should have a number for that indication. We got a lot of ports. I need a specific port to do something. That is called a port number. You got a port and your port number. So port is nothing but the place or a connection point to connect to your computer. Okay, so you are able to see this is a serial port, PSG port, parallel port, games port. So you are able to see the port, and here is the port number. So the number, so this port will have a number, this port will have a number, this port will have a number. So you got serial ports here, everything will have a number. Okay, so that particular number is given here. Okay, over here 20 indicates FTP, file transfer protocol. 21 indicates file transfer protocol with control. Over here data control. You got the port numbers here and protocols here, or port, like a port to usage. Which protocol is working in this port? A dedicated one. You may ask me a question. So 23, can I use for FTP? Yes, you can use it. But by default and dedicatedly for telnet, it's good. Okay, that is how it shows. Like this is the table which you need to memorize it, because in many companies they are asking this particular questions. And what is the port number for HTTP? So over here HTTP is 80. That is the answer you should tell. Okay. Now let's move on to what is MAC address and how to get MAC address in my computer. So MAC address in the sense like I got a network interface card. What is a network interface card? Once a computer is here, the computer needs to connect to an internet. For that I need a special device, right? That is called network interface card. Nowadays in laptops and all you got onboard network interface card. Okay. Previously we got a special network interface card. That's a big thing. Now it is integrated in your motherboard itself, and the abbreviation for MAC address is media access control address. It is a physical number, 48-digit number. It is placed in the network interface card. The email spoofing is there. Email spoofing, instead of Bob, allies will try to send a mail to Charlie that I'm Bob. But Bob is not sent an email, allies have sent an email. So email spoofing in the sense of fake emails sent on behalf of others, that is called email spoofing. IP spoofing, instead of this guy using the same IP address trying to access, this guy is accessing the server to get the data. That is called IP spoofing. Caller ID spoofing is there, ARP spoofing, DNS spoofing is there, and website spoofing is there. Website spoofing in the sense like creating fake websites to cheat the customers. DNS server spoofing, you are able to see it here. So the request is sent to the real website here. The attacker is there. He will inject the DNS, he will change the DNS entry here. So automatically the client is sending a request here, and the request will go to the fake website and come. It's not going to the real website. That is called DNS server spoofing. ARP spoofing. Over here, ARP spoofing, AR poisoning routing, a method of attacking an Ethernet LAN by updating the target computers. So this Ethernet LAN they will try to attack, and it is happening in the network itself. And caller ID spoofing, making fake calls on behalf of others. So these are all called as spoofing. Let's move on to what is IP. You know it. It is a logical number with a 32-bit digit number. That is called IP. So Internet Protocol Address. You are able to see it's a 32-bit, and the first bits considered as networks, and the rest of the things it's considered as host. Based on that we got different types of class A, class B, and class C IP addresses. Okay, so this is the one I told you. So we discussed everything. There are 5 different classes available for IP address, and this is the IP address range.
This is the IP address range for IP addresses. So hope you got a lot of ideas about the networking interview questions. Okay, over here you can see it here, like I got lots and lots of questions for networking. It's almost 31 posts available, and over here, like I couldn't see it here. Let me try to, like, let me check it out. Yeah, show more button is here. On clicking this button, you are able to see lots and lots of questions over here. Like you got a lot of questions. Just go and check it out. If you got any questions, you can contact me at any time for any kind of help. Apart from that, this is my link. I told you, you got a lot of questions over here. You can watch this one also. So hope you learned a lot of things from us, and if you're looking for any other questions, just post it in comment. I'll give the answers to you so that I can help you on this. And our company, we are conducting lots and lots of training program on networking and CCNA. You can contact me anytime. I request you people to share this particular video to friends and everyone. It's time for me to say goodbye to you. Thank you. This is Venkat signing off from Wiki, Techie and Casual Product. Jai Hind.